All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Detroit Lions Weekly for the 16th of November 2023. And we are heading into week 11. And I am excited because the Detroit Lions have a chance to be 8-2. So let's talk about some things. Last week, I was sick. I'm still kind of getting over it, but, you know, the show goes on. It must go on. It must go on. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's up, Robin? Let me pop out this chat real quick. I might be muting the microphone to clear my throat because I am not 100%. I got to go get some cough medicine after this. Robin says, breaking news, Detroit Lions have instantly received an upgrade in the secondary. Justin Fields has been named starter for Chicago Bears. Now let's see how the run defense works for Detroit. What's up, Rick? Grit. What's going on, Frog? Bonzilla says, free Draymond Green, bro. Draymond is like the Ndamukong Suh of the NBA. It's ridiculous. He needs to be suspended like some Ron Artest stuff. He's just ridiculous. But the Detroit Lions, man, it feels weird, right? Doesn't it feel weird to be winning? It feels good, but it feels weird at the same time. We're used to playing from behind, figuring out how we can make the playoffs, but a lot of things are going to happen. A lot of things are going to happen this year, but we got to talk about them. We got to talk about the possibility of Detroit Lions going 8-2, the fact that they cannot move into the first seed this week at all. Even with the even with the win by the Kansas City Chiefs, they cannot win. They cannot get to the first seed this week. I want to say the earliest they could get there would be next week, but they would need two Eagles losses in a row, and then they would need 2 wins in a row. They could be there by week 12 if that happens. Aaron Glenn talked about the defense today. I'll probably make a video about that later. I am tired, y'all, but that's all right. I'm here. What's up? Man, what is this? San Diego checking in. Bonzilla said with the smiley faces, feels weird being the king of the mountain. You ain't late, bro. We only been on a couple of minutes. I got an interesting clinching scenario for you. Okay, Ed? T-Stay Cole says week 14, I think the Lions can get it. Yeah, I saw my guy Rocked On podcast, and he was talking about week 14, but we got to see how that turns out. Minnesota Vikings, should we be afraid of them? Should we be afraid? I don't think we are going to have anything to worry about. Josh Dobbs is playing great right now, but he has a few mistakes in him, so I don't think we're going to have anything to worry about, but we don't play them for another. We have 6 games. No, we have 8 games left, right? So we play 5. The Lions could be like 12-2 by the time we play the Minnesota Vikings. So a lot going on. What's up, Aaron? Patty in the building. Didn't I say seats were going to start heating up in Buffalo if they lost to the Broncos? First domino effect has fallen. Yeah. I saw today that Ben Johnson could be a candidate for the Buffalo Bills. I don't know. Josh Allen is overrated to me, so I'm glad he's not my quarterback because he'd be getting people fired. If the Lions go 3-0 and Tampa and LA lose 1 game in the next 3, we can clinch after the Saints game. Okay, Ed, clinch what? A playoff spot? Oh, wow, Patty. I will do, man. I've had one of those too. I've had a couple of those, but 2 years ago, this month, as a matter of fact, 2 years ago, I had the right side of my mouth done. It sucked. It sucked. So, yeah, I know what that. Lions could win out the rest of the year. They could. Just a spot. Defenses are going to have Dobbs figured out within the next 2 games. See, I was thinking that too. And Dobbs, he's mistake prone. He can't make mistakes. He's been looking fantastic, though. Maybe I see him actually potentially being the quarterback next year for the Minnesota Vikings. But I'm hearing that Kirk Cousins could come back, that Justin Jefferson wants him back. But the Lions got the Chicago Bears this week, and Justin Fields is slated to play. And I don't think that we're going to have anything to worry about. As a matter of fact, the last time we played Justin Fields, we put that dude, injured him, right? Not on purpose, but he was running, had that big run, was killing us on the ground, landed awkwardly on his hip, and then he wind up not being able to run. And then I think he got pulled the second half and didn't even finish. I don't think he played again the rest of the season. Wait a minute. Hold on. What is this? Okay, sides were expected in court Friday in Michigan, but instead, Harbaugh will serve out the remainder of the suspension missing games against Maryland on Saturday and Ohio State on the 25th. But we knew that already. We knew that. I don't know why that's new. We knew that already. As of right now, only game that gives me the pucker factor is Dallas, same as Chargers did, and we see how that went. You know the thing about Dallas, man, we just cannot seem to beat them. The Dallas Cowboys are a pain in the rear. We just cannot seem to beat these guys. So I'm hoping that we beat them, bro, because they're just sickening. But we got a lot. It's funny, man, because there's a lot of stuff that is going to happen in these next 8 weeks. A lot of stuff. I can see the Rams kind of going on a run. They might need that last game against the 49ers to get into playoffs. It could come down to where seeding is involved for, their game and our game and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to say the least. A loss to the Bears would make me wonder about this team. Bro, if we lose to the Bears, then we got a problem. We got a problem. The Bears are terrible. They are terrible. We should not lose either time to the Bears. So I think we can beat them worse than we beat the Carolina Panthers. And we're at home too. I think it's going to be a duplicate of that game. Man, T. Higgins is still out. He is still out. Wow. Dolphins waived wide receiver Robbie Chosen. Dang. Hold on. Let me send this to my Dolphins guys. Wow. Oh, man. That is hilarious. Okay. Let me see. Wow. What is happening there? Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to send this to my Dolphins, fellas. What in the world is happening here? Okay. Edit. And then we got to do this. Okay. Done. All right. Okay. A loss to the Bears. Harbaugh agreed to take the 3-game suspension. Dallas is important for 1 seed. If we finish with the same record for Philly, the tiebreaker is record in common opponents. So we need to beat Dallas and Minnesota because we lost to Seattle. Yeah. I went and the playoff machine is out with ESPN, and I went over it. And there's a lot of different scenarios that we could get the first seed, but we're going to need some help. The first thing we need to do, we got to keep winning, and we need the Philadelphia Eagles to lose, but we got a good chance for that. What's up, Braylon? What's going on, man? Which Lions players do you think will shine the most against the Bears? I think Monty's going to shine pretty big. Remember when it was before the season started and they had the opponents on the little table and Monty picked up the Bears. So I know he tried to play it off in a press conference, but yeah, Monty. I think the running back, even though the Bears are, I want to say they're first against the run or something like that. They're very stout against the run, but I mean, so were the Chargers, and we ran for 200. So I think Monty gonna be driven. He gonna be and he's gonna be ready to eat them up. When do you think CJ will return? That is a good question. I made a video about that yesterday. I'm thinking earliest, like against the Cowboys. I think at the end of December. I think CJ Gardner-Johnson. Okay, tomorrow will be 2 months. 2 months. He wants to come back in December, but looking at the calendar, I mean, once we open his 21-day window, then we know he's 3 weeks away. So I don't know, but he could come back for the playoffs and then kind of come in and relieve Tracy Walker because he's not going to take the starting role from Tracy Walker if he comes in. Eduardo says we could finish with a 13-14 wins and end up with the 3rd seed. I know I did the math on that, but there's a lot of stuff that can happen between now and then. Stephen A. Strip, man, bro, I'm not Only thing about Stephen A, man, I got to give him kudos. That studio he got for his YouTube channel is fantastic. I was like, oh, because I used to watch his show. I watch his show sometime. I'm subscribed to his channel, and he used to just be sitting at a desk like me. And then next thing I know, he's got a big old studio. I'm like, that's where I want to be. So shout out to Stephen A for that. But as far as the Lions, man, I ain't thinking about what that fool was talking about. Would you say we would need him for that game? Yeah, we could. What's up, bro? What's up, sis? What's up, big bro? Let's go J-Mo breakout game. I think that J-Mo could have a big game as well. Yeah, so Grit, we play the Minnesota Vikings Christmas Eve. We play the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys on the 30th. We play them on a Saturday. And then we come back and we finish the team off. What's up, H Entertainment says salute. Don Burr says Jonah Jackson is needed. He'll up Frank Ragnow, Bateau. Wait a minute. Are you saying they're back on the list? I know Jonah's on there. Frank's on there now too. Yeah, his studio is cold, bro. Stephen A. Smith is my lost uncle. Yeah, that's funny, bro. So, man, listen. Real talk, it just feels good to be winning. It feels good to be winning. The chances that we have. A lot of people in the comment section are like, oh, we need to win a playoff game first or win the division. I'm like, why are we holding ourselves back? Why are we limiting ourselves with what we could do this year? I think that's like some PTSD. Why do you think we do that as Lions fans? Why do we say that we can't do this, or we just limit ourselves to this one thing? You said, yeah, it's the back. Huh. What, for Jonah? I know Big V, it was his back. Bears passing D is 30th in the league. Yes. I think J-Mo is doing what he can, making blocks. We still need him to break out. Now, Ben Johnson said something today that answers a lot of our questions. He said that J-Mo is still trying to get on the same page with some of the stuff that they're doing. So we might see, it might take him all of this year to really get on and get the same page, but that would explain why maybe he's not being targeted as much as we think he should be. It's because, but I've said that though. I've said like the trust factor and stuff like that. So we'll see. What for Frank? This could be the middle of a Super Bowl run. Why the middle though? Hope to see DPJ on the field this Sunday. I feel like he's going to play Lions Den. DLF is a real thing. Post-traumatic stress Lions Detroit. Post-traumatic stress Detroit Lions fan. That's funny. Frank Ragnow has a back injury. We know the toe is routine. Well, who played for him when he was out, bro? Graham? He could play. He can come back in. What's up, Zay? What's good, big dog? It says, I said the middle because we're in the middle of the season this year. Sadly, we have no pass rush. Man. We're not going to talk about that today. I mean, I guess we got to, right? What y'all think about Bruce Irvin? Bruce Irvin. I like to call him Bruce Almighty because he old. He old, bro. 36 years old. I mean, come on, man. Come on. 36. What are we doing? What are we, I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers talking about this. And I consider myself one of to be the realest ones. Like, as far as a dude sitting in his basement, I don't have a millionaire behind me. I don't have no money, nobody investing in this show. I put all my money into this show. All the super chats, the donos, the AdSense, all of that stuff goes to me up in my production. But I'm going to keep it a buck. Bruce Irvin, I mean, okay, he got 3.5 sacks. He said, Dan Campbell said he's in shape, but he's not in football shape. I'm not saying the dude can't get to somebody, but that's what we doing. That's what we did. Bruce Irvin, he was so deep on the list. I didn't even know he was there. Come on, man. Good vet from the room, but not much else. Is DPJ active for Sunday? We won't know that until Sunday, bro. Brad went to the flea market. Hey, bro, don't steal that from me, man. Cause I see my dollar store stuff is all over the internet. I'm like, bro, at least give your boy some credit. Irvin is old, the old Houston. What's up, Inkster? Says went to the game on Sunday. It was good. Well, guess what? Bruce could surprise us. You never know. Oh, and I gotta say this too. What's up, D James? Heard the taxidermist has a shortage of bears to stuff. All right, so check this out. I need y'all to listen, right? When I make a video, I need y'all to listen, okay? So I made a video the other day about Brad Holmes and this one stat that could keep us from winning a Super Bowl. You know the answer that I got in the comment section? Well, wouldn't the team that went to the Super Bowl have the most sacks because they've played the most games? First of all, A, no, because that team could also have a bye week, all right? And B, duh, of course, if you played the most games, meaning you went to the Super Bowl, there's a reason you played the most games, and it's probably because you sacked the quarterback. I mean, I truly don't understand sometimes how I have to convey things. Like, are we serious? The point was still the same. The two teams in the Super Bowl have pass rushers that get to the quarterback, all right? And we don't have that. And Bruce Irvin? I mean, come on. We passed at the trade deadline for Bruce Irvin. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. We gonna pad our pass rush, bro. Eduardo, why was I thinking the same thing? No. Check this out. We got the Bears. We can sack Justin 5-6 times. Like, real talk. We got Jordan Love. Last time we played him, we sacked him 5 times. 5 times, right? Then we play Derek Carr or Jameis Winston. We can sack him another 5-6 times. Then we play the Bears again, if I'm not mistaken. We can sack him 5-6 times. Next thing you know, we had 45 sacks. 45 sacks, bro. So I'm like, but then when we play the Eagles, when we play the Niners, when we play the team in the Super Bowl, Lamar Wilson, Jackson, when we play any of those guys, can we get to them? That's the question I have. Can we get to Brock Purdy? Can we get to Jalen Hurts? That's the question I have. What's up, bro? I am doing well. You're doing well as well. Alternate Bruce with another pass rusher. Yeah. Sheila need to make Ben Johnson the highest paid OC in NFL history. That's another thing, too. Like, what if Ben Johnson leaves next year? What if he leaves next year? Now, everybody's like panicking. Who are we going to have? Or is our offense going to take a step back? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm Bruce Irvin, come on. Pass rushers make it easier on the offense. What's up, Josh? You think Ben Johnson is going to stay with us if we get to the NFC Championship, but don't win that one. What the script says versus Cowboys, I think he will stay to bring us a chip next year. Okay, King, possibly, right? But aren't we going to have a harder schedule next year? Aren't we going to be like top 5 hardest schedules, right? Who knows? Who knows what we're going to do? I cry like a baby if Ben Johnson leaves. I give him a chance. We asked for Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter. We got Martin. We asked for Chase. Couldn't even get Frank Clark. We got a 36-year-old straight off the couch. I'm low-key hoping we can move on from AG. Yeah, AG was feeling himself today. He was feeling himself today. Somebody brought up the defense, and I'm probably going to make a video about this later, but he was talking about and I'm going to bring his actual audio in. I don't have it prepped up now. Talking about the personnel, how they don't have the right person. Somebody asked, do you think it's a lack of personnel? And he was like, well, what are we going to do? Go sign Deion Sanders? Like, putting it on the personnel is stupid. So in essence, he was putting it on himself. And I'm like, you do realize that you put this on yourself, right? So that means that you're going to have to step it up. And I don't want to hear nothing. So yeah, we're going to talk about that later. Next year, we have to play San Francisco and in Philadelphia. Okay, so do we play the NFC West? So we play the West and East next year? Because we're playing the NFC South, right? AFC West. And who else? Because I thought we played, you know what? We do, don't we? I think, because I think Stafford would have to come here in 2024. Next year, we have to play in San Francisco and Philadelphia. He really was, man, talking crazy. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? You let 430 some points, something yards. And he was like, we're ninth in defense and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, yeah, you were last year. And that's what he's hanging his hat on. I mean, if you look at it, did we think that the Detroit Lions defense was going to be ranked in the top 10? Nobody thought that. And overall, the Detroit Lions defense is ranked in the top 10, right? You can't be mad. My thing is this. And I'm going to say something controversial, okay? I'm more irritated with Brad Holmes than I am Aaron Glenn. I am. You had an opportunity to shore up the defensive line. You didn't do it, right? Now, I will give him credit for trying to get Emmanuel Mosley. Emmanuel Mosley, no doubt, would have been a step up from Jerry Jacobs. He gets hurt. He can't control that. So you're stuck with what you have. If Jerry Jacobs is a good tackler, he's not a great cover corner. I'm sorry. So you're not taking any pressure off of your defensive line, right? So maybe you thought Emmanuel Mosley was going to play a little better and you thought your defensive line would do enough. But I don't know, man. I find that hard to believe. But I'll tell you what. This year, Brad Holmes got to make a move. He has to do something. There's no doubt about it. If he doesn't do something this year, I mean, we dealt with Jamison Williams, trading up to get him. We, hold on. Somebody just tagged me in something. Okay. Some pretty cool Lions news. Shout out to Spencer Smothers for tagging me in this. Says, for months, NFL Films have been following around wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown for what I've been told by multiple sources is an unannounced sequel to the Netflix docuseries Quarterback. So it's probably going to be called Wide Receiver or Receiver. Really? That is pretty cool. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate you, bro. You know, I feel all special. I feel special, man. J.J. Watt is available. J.J. Watt retired. Somebody said something the other day that J.J. Watt was on a podcast. I knew this was turned. That J.J. Watt was on a podcast, but he said like he likes Detroit or something like that. I'm like, dude, J.J. Watt is chilling. He chilling. No, J.J. Watt. You know what? Let me look something up. There's no way. I don't. He just said like he was retired. J.J. Watt. Okay, hold on. All right, maybe this will put an end to all of that. Okay, how do I get off this? No, I don't want the app. Thank you. Okay, pop-up ads everywhere. Let me bring this over here so I can read it because it's over this side. I didn't see this at all. All right. Okay. Was J.J. Watt considering a comeback? When was this? This is back in September. This is in September. This is from September. So I don't know what anybody's talking about. What are they talking about? But it was, okay, so what are we talking about here? If I do decide to come back, J.J. Watt is 34. We'll go back to Detroit for the first time. Wait a minute. Is this a real thing? I'm like, where did this come from? Somebody said this to me before. J.J. Watt is like retired with a kid. He's done. Yeah, this is from something from September with the Steelers. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. So I don't know what this is. He's not that old. He's injury ridden and his heart stopped before, but no offense. Want that guy to die. Who are we talking about? Watt? Man, listen, J.J. Watt is retired. Okay, he said on Pat McAfee today. Okay, y'all, you know what? Y'all gonna make me. Let me see. J.J. Watt, Pat McAfee. He's not coming. Are we really? You see how desperate we are, y'all? We are desperate. That's how bad we want to pass rush. We trying to bring J.J. Watt out of retirement. Really? Come on, man. That you know what? Like I was saying, that's Brad Holmes' fault. All right, here we go. Okay, so I found something. All right, here we go. So this is what everybody's talking about. All right. Watt about it? JJ Watt hints at the NFL team he would come out of retirement for as Pat McAfee jumps on chair in the excitement live on air. Okay. Is there any footage of this? All right. All right. So let me see. Here it is. The 34-year-old former defensive end called time on his legendary. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It says, but Watt revealed on the Pat McAfee show this week that he's still staying in shape, which led to some obvious questions. Host McAfee said, "You're on the squat rack still, and you're still feeling it. This is the time, JJ." JJ said, even TJ yesterday, we were texting about the workout, and he was like, "You're lifting a lot of weight right now. What's all this for?" And then he says, the thing I keep going back to, I'm not an idiot. There's thoughts always that come into your head, but I shoot them down. I have not run. I have not trained. Certainly the lifting is there. Okay. But the 34-year-old added that Detroit Lions fans are now messaging him about playing for them. That's in addition to his brother's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. Then Pat McAfee says, "Oh, dude, this is awesome. You want to play football again." Watt denied that he was coming back, but then revealed that the Texans would be the team that would most likely tempt him. He said, "Think about it. Let's use our brains for a second. Obviously, Pittsburgh because my brother's there, but there's another team that's playing incredibly well right now who's got a quarterback who's crushing it, and I've got a lot of connections. Let's use our brains." But as McAfee and his show stars excitedly join the dots, Watt confirmed it's not happening. Nothing is happening. There you go. He is retired. He is not playing football. This is terrible, bro. We are that desperate that we're talking about JJ Watt unretiring to come play for our team. That is crazy. Yeah, he did play for the Houston Texans from 2011 to 2020, and then played a couple seasons in Arizona, 2 seasons in Arizona. He's still looking good, though. He looking good, man. Hold on. Let me bring this photo in. This mug, he about to make me hit the gym right now. I'm about to go to the gym immediately. Oh, my. Wow. Hold on. Let me let y'all see this. Hey, he about to make me hit the gym today. All right, hold on. Now, if you're wondering, like, what is going on here? We're talking about JJ Watt coming and playing for the team. All right, check it out. Okay, Mr. Watt. I see you, big dog. I see you still on the weights. He looked like he can still lay you out for real. All right. Hey, it ain't nothing but a call, bro. Give us a little call, man. Hey, that's sad. We are sad. That's how sad our pass rush is. We're talking about a dude that's fully retired. Wow. Hey, I'm going to the gym, bro. I'm going to the gym out right now. The Texans are pretty good, man, and he'll just go there. Remember, okay, so here's the thing about the Texans, the AFC. Let me remind you, okay, JJ Watt does not have a title. The Texans ain't going to no title. You got to remember, the Lions are in the NFC. The NFC is like the East in the NBA. It's the clear path to the Super Bowl. AFC teams, they got a tough time. The Texans, they got to go through the Chiefs. They did beat the Bengals, but it was just barely. They got to go through the Bengals. They got to go through the Chiefs. They got to go through the Bills, even though the Bills are playing pretty horrible right now. So they got a stretch over there, right? But if he did come out of retirement, hey, that's a shame. Lions fans, and you know Evan Fox is on there, right, too? So that's crazy. JJ Watt, 34. I mean, look, we already signed Bruce Almighty. So what's another 34, a 30-something-year-old, bro? That is crazy. He can do pass rush. I don't know how many he could do, but at least a single rep. JJ come roll for the Super Bowl. Hey, what would y'all do, though? What would y'all do if he came back? He's not because he's not. But what would you do? What would you do if we signed JJ Watt? That would be ridiculous. Let me ask you a question. I have a follow-up question with valid reasoning. Are you nervous about the Vikings being only two games behind? Okay, that's a good question. I like that. I'm not nervous. I'm disappointed that it's that close. I am. They lost their quarterback. You're thinking, I mean, these dudes have won 5 straight, but before that, you're like, man, 1-4. Then Kirk goes out. You're like, man, we got this thing in the bag. And now it's like, wow, I'm not nervous because the Detroit Lions got to keep winning. They got to keep winning. They got all the reason in the world to do that. We are Dan Campbell. When it comes to the Minnesota Vikings, Dan Campbell is 2-2 against them. So we're looking at a split. We split last year. We split the year before. So I'm expecting a split or a sweep by us. It's a matter of time before we split. Or he hasn't got swept in the season. So I'm not nervous. Worst case scenario, we split. But I like Josh Dobbs. I'm just not super confident in his long-term ability. So no, I'm not nervous about the Minnesota Vikings being 2 games back. I'm more consumed with the first pick. Julius Peppers to Detroit. Y'all are crazy. I think the Vikings got unexpectedly good. I don't think they got good at all. They didn't get good at all. What are we doing? They didn't get good at all because no, don't be afraid of the Vikings. The Vikings do scare y'all. Y'all need to stop. Carl says I see a split again this year. Yeah, I can see one too. I think if we lose one, it's going to be on the 30th. I'm sorry, the day before Christmas. That's the one we'll lose. But I don't know. I see we can sweep them again. No one scares me, especially in football. I'm expecting we're going to sweep many. Man, I don't know about the NFC being the East of the NBA. NFC, we got to go through the Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles. Yeah. But what I mean, though, King, is this. You got the top teams of the East, right? If you look at the East in the NBA or when you compare it to the NFC, they're like if you go right, okay, you know what? Let's do this. It's better for me to show you than tell you. So this is what I mean. Let me pull up the NFL. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's always been like that. Because even in the East, you got I haven't watched basketball like that in a while, but back in the 2000s when the Pistons were still winning, you got how that goes. It's like an easier path. All right, so let's go to standings here. I forgot there's a game tonight. Lamar Wilson is playing tonight. Forgot about that. All right, so here's what I mean. Let me bring this in. Okay, so when I say it's like the East, all right? So if you look at you start to get down here. The NFC is playing good today, but right here, the Texans, oh my God. Wow, are in the playoffs. So this is like an anomaly year where now the NFC is doing better than the AFC. But usually, typically, you'll have a team that has this record over here be like outside the playoffs. But this year, it's like the other way around. Okay, here's an example right here. The Bengals are 5-4 and are 8th, but the Buccaneers are 4-5 and are 8th. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole game difference. So here it is right here. 1 game difference between these two and so on and so forth. So, but this year is not a good year to use as an example. Last year would have been better. But yeah, the East is super. I mean, you got like the top tier teams and then there's really nobody else. So, because if you look at it, the Seahawks, Cowboys, and Vikings, well, yeah, the NFC is kind of a mess this year, but usually it's not. Where we at? You got Bucks, Celtics, 76ers. It's a fight tonight also. Who fights tonight? Bengals about to bring the noise? I hope so. Can't stand him. I can't stand Lamar. Bears, Packers could be trap games and Broncos rolling. You know what, bro? It's only a trap game if you underestimate your opponent. And I don't think Dan Campbell's people think about this. Think about us losing the Minnesota Viking game last year. That was because of Dan Campbell. I mean, Jared Goff threw a pick 6 in that game too, I think. But Dan Campbell, coaching decisions, right? The same stuff that he did last weekend. He did last year, right? So I don't think that it's that. I really believe that it's coaching decisions. I think that's the most of it. So I don't think trap games are a thing. Trap games are a thing if you think that you're just going to walk away and just stomp your opponent. We think that as fans. I don't think our Detroit Lions feel that about anybody. Dan Campbell not going to have these guys. You already hear what he said about Justin Fields, that he can beat you, that the team is physical, blah, blah, blah. All the stuff he's supposed to say. He's not going to be like, yo, we going to crush the Bears because Justin Fields is their quarterback. He's going to take them serious. We're the ones as fans to say that. So I don't think any game is a trap game. We see what we did to Carolina. We crushed them. We should crush the Bears. We should crush the Green Bay Packers. We should crush the who do we come out? The Saints. We should beat them. Then I think it's the Bears after that. I mean, realistically, this team could be 11-2. 11-2 heading into the Denver Bronco game. So I don't know. Braylon with the dono says, I believe Broncos could be a trap game. I mean, I don't know. Stevenson, okay. Melted cheese come Thursday. I think it's crazy. Texans asking Dan to come there. What's up, Dylan? Yeah, bro. So he turned him down. He did turn him down. Rick says, trap game is an excuse for a loss that should have been a win. There's no such thing as a trap game. Trap game is you not taking your opponent seriously. That's all that is. That's all that is. Lions should wipe the floor with the Bears, even with Justin Fields. The San Francisco 49ers are working out cornerback Jason Verrett. Yeah, because why? They don't need to get any better, right? I mean, come on. Okay, totally different topic, but we need to sign Campbell back and Holmes now. I don't know if we keep Ben, probably not, but we have to keep the GM and head coach. Well, you know what, bro? Brad has 2 more years and Dan has 3. So I think it's coming for sure. We probably won't see it till after next year, but I think they both will be around for a while. Did you see Mike Florio get mad about Dan denying Texas A&M? No, Mr. Poole, I did not see that. Why? Did he report it? Dan Campbell has the ready every game, has them ready every game, and players that don't give it all, get bench bugs is gone in the offseason. He could be Carl. Justin may have 100 rushing yards. He can have that. You see what happened last time. You see what Lions versus Cowboys Monday? What, Roman? In the wild card? Man, my first ever Lions game was against the Bears, and we stomped them. It was amazing. I'm from Tennessee, so it's hard. So it's a flight to Detroit. I hope the Lions don't got to play 49ers in the first round. No. The Lions are winning the division. The Niners will probably win that division. But I made a video the other day. Let's see something, because I'm curious. There's a team that right now is the 12th seed. And that team is our former quarterback, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. Let's see. What are the odds that the LA Rams make it into the playoffs? Because I had like a vision yesterday that the LA Rams sneak into the playoffs as the 7th seed, and then we are either seed 1 or 2. Matthew Stafford, just think about this. Matthew Stafford comes to Ford Field for what is its first ever playoff game. It's already setting up. It really is. Okay, so let's look at the Rams schedule, because I think that the Lions are going to be they're not going to be obviously any lower than the 3rd seed. That would be extremely low at this point, but I think it's either going to be 1 or 2. All right, so how did because it was no Stafford. They lost to Green Bay. Lord have mercy. All right, so coming back, oh, shoot. So they play Seattle. The Rams play Seattle, Arizona, Cleveland Browns. Okay, hold on. Rams play Seattle at home. They beat them before. They beat them in Lumen Stadium, so they could beat them again. Rams play at SoFi. Braylon with the donut says, I got my flight to New Orleans, going to the Saints game for show. Hope to see you there. Hey, that's what's up, bro. That's in like 3 weeks, man. Eagles tough schedule ahead. Lions could be the number 1. Yeah, but you know what, bro? They're not losing. Eagles aren't losing. We first need them to lose to Kansas City. Then who they got after Kansas City? Somebody that they could lose to. Then I think they play the Bills, and the Bills are, you don't know what Bill team you're going to get, but we need Josh not to turn the ball over. All right, so here's the Rams schedule. They have the Seattle Seahawks at home. They go on the road to Arizona. They host the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns just lost their quarterback. DTR is starting as of right now. The Baltimore Ravens on the road. That's going to be tough. The Washington Commanders at home. The New Orleans Saints at home. The New York Giants at home. And then they finish the regular season against the San Francisco 49ers on the road. The Rams are 3-6, and they're in the 12th seed right now. How many wins y'all see out of that? Okay, Seattle, Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, New Orleans, New York, San Francisco. All right, let me see. This fool. Oh, so he wrote a piece. All right, I'll have to check that out later. So he mad. What, was he the first one to say something? Okay, Braylon says 3 or 4. H Entertainment says 2. Mr. Pocket says they're not going to make it. Braylon says 3 max 3. The one says 7. Pull up Eagles schedule. Might be 2 losses on there. Okay, so maximum 3. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Hold on. So here's what I think. Okay. I think the Rams, I don't know who's hurt. This is only if Stafford plays, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but they don't, without Stafford, they don't have a chance. They could beat Seattle. They beat them before. They could beat them again. They could beat the Arizona Cardinals. They can beat the Cleveland Browns because the Cleveland Browns, their defense is nothing without an offense. You got to have a quarterback capable. The Baltimore Ravens, I think that's an L. They can beat the Commanders. They can beat the Saints. They can beat the Giants. So I see they could get on a little roll. The LA Rams could be 9-8. They could be 9-8. Their 2 losses could be to the 49ers and to the Baltimore Ravens. They can beat all these other teams. I'm just saying. Look, I'm pretty good at this stuff, but that's only if Stafford is playing. But they got to beat Seattle. So they would have to beat Seattle, Arizona, Cleveland, lose to Baltimore, beat Washington, New Orleans, Giants, and then lose to the San Francisco 49ers. Yep. They got 3 wins. They're 3-6 now. They could wind up like the Detroit Lions. The Lions won 3, drop 1, won 3, drop 1. So we'll see. Okay, let me bring up the Eagles now. And we'll see. Eagles they keep winning. Tried to spin it as Lions fans said. Tam, what's up, brother? What's going on? He was trying to say Dan should take the job. Man, Mike Florio gets on my nerve. He good. Look, he's only good for stories. That's all. He gets on my nerve. You know, bugs me more than that Chris Sams. Why do all the bad quarterbacks do the most talking? That's how it is. Sanchez, Brady Quinn, Dan Orlowski. I mean, he's pretty good, though. Dan's pretty good. But I'm like, why? They can't quarterback, so they make good announcers, I guess. Okay, now, here is the Eagles schedule. Eagles schedule. They lost to the Jets. Can you believe their one loss came against the Jets, who had never beat the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, how crazy is that? Okay, but they've been scraping by a lot of these games. Oh, by the way, DeAndre Swift is no longer in the top 5 rushing. So, all right, get over yourself. Okay, so here are the wins by the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, good teams, they finish games. And the Philadelphia Eagles have done just that. They won by 5 in week 1 over the New England Patriots, who are terrible, by the way. They beat the week 2, the Minnesota Vikings. They beat them by 6. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by 14. Washington played them tough both times. They beat them by 3 in OT, I believe it was. Yep, OT in week 4. They beat the Rams by, 9? They lost to the Jets. They beat up on the Dolphins by 14. They beat the Washington Commanders by 7. They scraped past the Dallas Cowboys. Here are their next opponents. Kansas City Chiefs on the road. They got the Buffalo Bills at home. They've got the San Francisco 49ers at home. They've got the Dallas Cowboys on the road. They've got the Seattle Seahawks on the road, the New York Giants at home. And they end the season with the Cardinals and Giants. Okay, how many realistic losses do we have on there? If they have the next 5 games, who are they losing to? Who are they losing to? Romo sucks as an announcer, but was not good as a QB. There you go. There you go. Okay, Kansas City beats them. I think honestly they could lose the next 5, but these teams got to finish. Dallas is going to be looking for revenge. San Francisco 49ers could be playing for the number 1 seed. Buffalo Bills just fired their offensive coordinator. If they were playing in Buffalo, I think I would pick Buffalo. Even how bad Josh is playing right now. So who are they losing to? Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco, Dallas, Seattle. I'm going to say that they lose to the Chiefs. They lose to the Niners. I'm going to say Dallas beats them. They could drop 4 in a row. I'm going to say they go. You know what? I'm going to say that they about to lose 4 in a row. I'm about to call it. They losing 4 in a row. I'm saying the Eagles about to lose 4 in a row. Right now. They losing 4 in a row, bro. The Cowboys going to beat them at home. The San Francisco 49ers going to beat them at home on the road. Buffalo going to they going to get back on the winning track. And Patrick Mahomes is going to win. Arrowhead, Taylor Swift going to be there. She's in love with Travis Kelce. Oh, no. It's going down. Ain't you glad we didn't play them when Kelce was in love? I'm so happy. I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy we didn't have to deal with the Taylor effect. Real talk. Because that would have been a nuisance. Hey, listen. The 49ers lost 3 in a row. 3 in a row. I mean, okay, realistically, I say 2-2 to 1-3. But they could drop 4 in a row. I mean, they really could. Mike, I don't know, bro. I kind of retired from that. NFL they are Purdy ain't Hurst. He don't have to be, DJ. He don't have to be. He ain't been Jalen Hurts, and they won like 9 in a row, bro. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means nothing. Yeah, the NFL is like blocking our streams, man. It ain't no fun to do anymore. Their system works for him. That's true. So I don't know. So at the end of the season, I mean, and then you got Seattle. So let's say you also have Seattle. So their next 5 games, I mean, we really needed some help from the Miami Dolphins, and they just didn't even show up. So they've got Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco, and, I'm sleeping on Seattle. Maybe Seattle gets some. I don't know, man. I say that they at best they go 2-3, but 2-3 during that stretch will put them at still 14-3 at the end of the season. All right, hold on. Let me see. Wow. Wow. The Texans injury report looks like half of their team is hurt. Oh, my God. Wow. Maybe winning comes at a cost, huh? Lions beat the Cowboys. Roman, I don't know, man. We haven't beat them in so long. Last time we beat the Cowboys was the fake spike, I think. The Stafford when Megatron had that 300 and some yard game. You know what, Sinister? It is tough. It is tough, but they keep winning. It's been tough. Washington has played them tough both times. I mean, Miami, we needed them to do something. The Jets beat this team. Like the New York Jets beat them. So they're just waiting to lose. One day they're not going to have a complete game and they're going to lose. They're going to lose. Wait, what am I believing? Entertainment. I really don't like AG. Yes, the defense looks better, but that dumpster fire he took over. But he needs to do something about the pass rush. Good QBs have been okay. You know what, bro? I'll say this, and like I said before, that's not his fault. That's not his fault. I mean, he sounded a little smug today, a little arrogant, but that falls on Brad. That falls on Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes didn't do nothing for this pass rush. So as much as I would direct the defense at Aaron Glenn, he still need personnel. And think about this. Think about what Brad Holmes said Jared Goff first year. He was like, we didn't have nobody on this team. How am I going to hold you accountable for how you play when you ain't throwing to nobody, right? So I'm not mad. You working with what you got. Our front four can't get past nobody. They can't get past. We ain't had a sack in 2 games. Now we going to sack Justin Fields about 20 times and everybody going to be like, oh, we got a pass rush, all the pass. No, we don't. No, we don't. So AG needs to get better defense, 100%. But as far as personnel, that's not on him. Who he puts in, okay, cool. But Brad Holmes should have put him in a better position. Same thing he did for the offense. Our offense is stacked. It is stacked, man. Brad Holmes needs to worry about that defense. Worry about that. We already got Donovan Peoples-Jones. So now think about this. Donovan Peoples-Jones will have 8 games with the Detroit Lions. I think we see a little bit of them this Sunday. We're not going to see it. I think Jamison Williams will have more snaps than him, right? Which is saying a lot because Jamo only play about 50% of the snaps. But under contract for next year, Jamison Williams, Antoine Green, Khalif Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's it. Donovan Peoples-Jones, free agent. Josh Reynolds, free agent. Dylan Drummond, practice squad guy, right? So are we going to try to get a receiver? It's going to be some free agents this year. I think this might be the best free agent class that I've seen in a long time. There are going to be some quality guys in free agency. In every position. Chris Jones, free agent. Excuse me. Right now, Chase Young, free agent. There's going to be, I don't know what happens. We know a deal not going to happen between now and the Super Bowl, but you never know, man. CJ Gardner-Johnson, free agent. So it's going to be a big class, man. Brad going to have to make some type of move. That's for sure. Do you think we can go to the Super Bowl this year, or you don't think? You know what, Denzel? I think we can. I know it might sound kind of contradictory, but I think we can. I don't know if the defense is good enough to win it, but I think we can. It all starts with a bye week and home field advantage. If you look at the last year, right? The number 1 seed in each conference was in the Super Bowl. See, okay. In my video, which I swear y'all don't listen, in the video, in the regular season, the Philadelphia Eagles in 2022 had 70 sacks. 7-0. This is without Jalen Carter. In the regular season, they had 70 sacks. You know who the number 2 team was? The Kansas City Chiefs. They had 58. 58. The Baltimore Ravens right now have 40-something. 39. They might get a couple more tonight. So I'm going to make a prediction. And I know y'all going to be like, I can't stand Lamar Jackson as far as a quarterback. Lamar Jackson Wilson, right? But the Baltimore Ravens could wind up in the Super Bowl. They could. I would not be surprised, but they will ride their defense to get there. But they could be in the Super Bowl. Their defense is good enough to overcome their offense. The Baltimore Ravens could represent the AFC in this year's Super Bowl. I'm just saying. I don't understand why that was so hard for y'all to understand. You got to get to the quarterback. And I hate saying that because I despise the Baltimore Ravens. Their fan base is the worst. Absolute. And I don't think Lamar is that good of a quarterback. But their defense has always carried the team, even when Trent Dilfer, Joe Flacco, all the other guys. Think about all the times they've won the Super Bowl. In 2013 or whenever that was, Ray Lewis last year, right? They've gotten to the Super Bowl on the back of their defense, and that's what is going to happen this year. Don't be surprised if the Ravens get to the Super Bowl. The Vikings are absolute trash. Yeah, they're going to fall off. 70 with an extra game, point taken. Yes, that is correct. Yep, with an extra game. Hate to tell y'all, but they will not get rid of Will Harris. We have 21 sacks. 21, buddy. We haven't got a sack in 2 games. 2 games. The leading sacker on our team is Aiden Hutchinson with 4.5. You know how many Daniil Hunter got? Last time I checked, it was like 9. He leads the league in sacks. He has twice as many as Aiden Hutchinson. The leading Kaminsky, Bugs. It's like a group, Romeo, like a group of 5 or 6 Lions that have 4.5 sacks combined between them. Something is wrong on this defensive line. And I'm sorry, y'all. Bruce Irvin is not the answer. He's not the answer. So I think when it's time, the Eagles' offensive line is going to stop. We're not going to touch Jalen Hurts. That's just how I feel. All right, let me see. Okay. All right. Who is this? What ranking is this? Jared Goff, top 10 quarterback, ranked 8. Under Dak Prescott, CJ Stroud, Lamar Wilson, and Joe Burrow. Okay. I guess I got to give Tua, excuse me. I guess I got to give Tua that because he leads the league in yards. I'm taking Dak out of there. I don't know. CJ Stroud playing lights out. And Lamar. I can't roll with Lamar. I'm sorry. I can't roll. He's at 11 sacks. Wow. That's crazy. But what all those guys have in common is a little better than we do. I don't know, bro. You tell me. Jared Goff is a top 5 QB. Okay. I wouldn't have Dak in the top 5. I wouldn't have Stroud in the top 5. I'm sorry. I would say Hurts, Mahomes. I'll put 2 in there. Joe, and then Jared. Joe Burrow and then Jared Goff. That's how Jared Goff will be at least number 5. Burrow ain't been on nothing, and Dak not a top 10. Not too much. Not going to touch Dak Prescott either. I love the guy, but we also start commission, man. He's playing hard, but man, we need more defense than offense. This offense. Wentz is the QB for the Rams until Stafford is back. Stafford is back this Sunday. Carson Wentz was signed as a insurance policy because, without him, you got, who is it, Brett? Who was the dude that was backing him up? He was terrible. Dude was a tragedy. I think Goff may have an MVP chance. I don't think he will. They're because he wouldn't even make it to the top 3. If you looked at the quarterbacks, I would say it's Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Wilson. That's so, yeah, because I think the day before the Super, or sometimes it's dwindled down to the top 3, and then the winner is chosen the night before the Super Bowl. I don't think Jared Goff has a shot at MVP. Okay, I'll debate all of you on how the Vikings aren't trash all day. I'm doing all this while order picking at work. The Lions need to stop overlooking the Vikings. Our whole team is hurt. Dobbs don't have JJ. Okay. Brendan, I'm sorry, bro. I saw Edwards and thought of Braylon. Okay. Our whole team is not hurt. All right, that's one. The Lions aren't overlooking the Vikings. Some fans may be overlooking the Vikings. We respect Josh Dobbs and his ability to scramble. I'm not overlooking the Vikings. I think we have a better team than them. I do. But they have the sack leader. They're winning games. They could beat us. So I'm not overlooking them. All I know, Dan Campbell said it a couple press conferences ago, and we'll wrap the show up, is you cannot overlook your division games. Like, you got to win. It starts winning the division games. And the Detroit Lions are 1-0 right now, right? We got a chance to come out of the month of November 3-0 in the division. Then we got 3 more games left. We got to take care of business, right? So I don't think the Vikings are trash, but I'm not worried about them either, because Josh Dobbs is Josh Dobbs. He's capable of winning you games, but he's also capable of losing you games as well. I like the guy. He was on our team for 12 days, but he's no Kirk Cousins. He's no Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is there's a reason he's where he's at. But I do think that he's going to be a solid number 2 next year. He could even stay where he's at and get a nice little hefty payday. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but we'll see. So I don't think they're trash, and I don't think the Lions are taking them for granted. I'm ready to see DPJ play this weekend. Hopefully that would be cool. Yeah, he should play. And even though he has been scrambling, take that away. Yeah, if you take that away, then yeah. The Lions have played one game fully healthy, and they put up 41 points. Yeah, we'll be fine. Dobbs is no different from Kirk. They both win and lose games. Okay, now you sound, of course he's different from Kirk. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? Yes, he is. I made it this whole show without, okay, first of all, are you a Lions fan or are you a Vikings fan? Okay, that's one. And come on, bro. Are we really doing this? We really saying that Josh Dobbs is Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is meh, but Josh Dobbs is no Kirk Cousins. Okay, listen. If you want to tremble at the Minnesota Vikings, bro, go ahead. Okay. I said they weren't trash. They're not trash. They're winning games. They've won 5 in a row. So they're doing something right. But I'm not afraid of them because my team is not afraid of them. My team knows what they need to do. Josh might give us a problem, though. He might. JJ is going to be back for one of those games, right? Because his 21-day window, has it opened yet? Yes, it has. I want to say it has. So, but he doesn't know when he's coming back, right? So he'll be back by the first time we play him for sure. I mean, but he ate us up last year and we still won. So, I mean, come on, man. We got to relax. We got to relax, man. Because somebody brought up the Vikings, and should we be afraid of them? I mean, it's amazing how the Vikings are 2 games back, but we're so quick to go back to PTSDville that we're like, oh, the Vikings are. I mean, listen, we split with them in Dan Campbell's entire tenure. So worst case scenario, we split with them. We beat them at home and we lose on the road, or we sweep them. I don't think they sweep us, not with Josh or with Kirk. Or, I mean, we've seen this team already. The same team. We played them. We beat them with TJ Hawkinson. Why are we so afraid of Josh Dobbs? Because he can run? We beat Patrick Mahomes. And I'm sorry, but TJ Hawkinson is no Travis Kelce. Josh Dobbs is no Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? They have no running game. Cam Akers is out. Their running back is who? Who is it? Who is their running back? He's okay. He got potential, but I'm not, come on. I'm not overlooking them, but they don't make me scared. We got to win games. Anyway, Madison and it's somebody else, like a new guy, but that's the show, y'all. We got to win. We got to win games. All right. That's it. Stop being so afraid of everything. Take this thing head on. We in control. I am the captain now. We are the captains, right? Stop all that stuff, man. That shivering and all that. Let's take this thing. This is our year. So I will catch y'all in the next live. Peace.